Have you noticed how some people seem to influence the entire energy of a room without uttering a word? They don't shout, they don't plead, they simply withdraw, and suddenly, everything shifts. Their absence unsettles, stirs curiosity, and provokes a search for meaning. Now imagine, for a moment, embodying this kind of presence yourself, choosing silence where you once provided instant answers, withdrawing instead of reacting on impulse. What would happen if your availability became selective? If you stopped being at everyone's emotional beck and call? The reality is profound. When you cease reacting immediately to every demand, the world around you is caught off guard. People are accustomed to influencing you through your willingness to react, through your emotional accessibility, through your predictable responses. But when you choose calm withdrawal, an entirely new dynamic emerges. Suddenly, those who believed they understood you realize how little they ever actually did. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychologist, once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves." The truth behind this insight is revealed most starkly when you become less available. Who becomes anxious when you retreat? Who seeks to provoke you just to feel in control again? This is not about your flaws, but their dependency on your responses. Often you continue to give and respond not out of genuine connection, but from a deep-seated need to please and keep peace with people who may never have truly valued you for yourself. Each forced yes, every immediate answer, every wave of emotional energy you expend depletes you, leaving behind fatigue, frustration, and emptiness. What's the root of this exhaustion? Simple. You are too available for those who barely deserve a moment of your silence. But this is not a call to turn your back on everyone. It is fundamentally a call to choose yourself. Jung called this individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming whole, authentic, and self-possessed. It is about learning that silence, when intentional, is not weakness, but power. Withdrawal, when it's rooted in awareness and self-respect, isn't abandonment, it's sovereignty. The moment you step back from the relentless cycle of reaction, the dynamics around you shift. Others, suddenly unsure of the ground beneath their feet, are forced to reckon with themselves. Your absence, your restraint, your no, speak louder than any argument ever could. And it exposes both the depth of your self-knowledge and the unmet needs of those who once manipulated your accessibility. Why do so many of us react instantly? Why do we feel compelled to defend, justify, please? Jung's concept of psychic energy offers a clue. Every thought, emotion, and action draws from our finite well of inner energy. Those who are always tired are not weak. They are simply giving their energy away in all the wrong places. Each moment you respond to provocation, engage in fruitless argument, or rush to please, you drain your life force. This is not virtue, but a subtle form of self-abandonment. Manipulative people sense this over-availability. They intuitively know which buttons to push, which wounds to poke, so that you react, validate, and serve their needs while neglecting your own. Jung described the persona, the mask we wear to secure acceptance, love, and recognition. But the more you live from this mask, the more you disappear into roles others expect, rather than expressing your true self. The more available you become, the less people value you. What is always at hand, what is easily predictable, becomes a mere tool, pressed into service for attention, comfort, or validation. The illusion is that by being ever present, someone will finally be present for you. But reality is much harsher. You find yourself used, not valued. So what happens when you begin to conserve your energy and withdraw? First, projections fall apart. People who depended on your reactions to maintain their own balance will try to provoke you, to reclaim control. But your silence, your refusal to play, reveals more about them than any heated argument could. Jung reminds us we do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Others may accuse you of changing, of being cold, but what is really revealed is how much they depended on your predictable emotional labor. Silence, when rooted in awareness, is not emptiness. It is presence, an amplified, lucid presence that commands respect and demands that others face themselves. For you, it is the beginning of genuine transformation. You learn to reinvest your energy, to become selective, to discern who truly deserves your attention, presence, and spirit. It marks the start of the individuation process, a sacred separation where you relearn to listen to your own voice above the clamor of others. The transition is not easy. You may feel guilt, discomfort, even loneliness. Those who benefited from your old patterns may criticize you. But these are the birth pangs of autonomy. As you become more selective, the crowd may thin, but your value, both to yourself and those who remain, increases immeasurably. You become rare, unforgettable, respected, no longer emotionally bartered, but sovereign. True transformation comes with emotional discipline. This means not explaining every absence, not justifying every silence, not defending your boundaries as if you owe the world a debt. As Jung so wisely taught, individuation requires a sacred isolation, a time to rebuild yourself from within, free from the projections and expectations of others. The final lesson is simple, but not easy. When you prioritize yourself, when you say no to the world in order to say yes to your own peace, you may be misunderstood, even rejected. This is the price of wholeness. But gradually, the uncomfortable silence becomes the fertile ground of a new strength and clarity. The strength to exist for yourself, to shape your destiny from within. Being available to everyone is a form of self-sacrifice that drains energy, diminishes worth, and invites manipulation. True presence, paradoxically, is found in selective absence and thoughtful boundaries. You become the calm in the storm, not by always responding, but by choosing when and how to engage. And in doing so, you discover that your life, your time, your spirit are yours to protect and cherish. Are you ready to stop living as a reaction and start living as a creator? Are you willing to withstand misunderstanding, loneliness, and even criticism in the name of your own peace and integrity? If so, then you are already on the path to true individuation, and there is no greater gift you can give yourself or the world than becoming sovereign over your own energy.